Good afternoon. I'm Eno from National Radio of Indonesia. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. PM. My question is, what we see, what was happening in Thailand and Cambodia. So what we should do, Indonesia and Malaysia, because we also have some borders, to keep the borders in peace and stability. Do you have any advice for the people in the borders? Thank you.
See, problem, border issues with Malaysia and Indonesia. So I discussed with President Prabowo. What should we do? We declare war. So if we don't want to do it, we have to find an amicable resolution to the conflict. And that's a choice. In Parliament, when the members of the opposition Islamic Party started attacking me about Sulawesi and Ambalat, and they said, no, you should surrender, not surrender this. I said, you have a choice. You go to war or you negotiate. Sane people must choose the road to negotiate. And precisely that was what we did. And in process of negotiations, there is, of course, a win-win, give and take, based on, of course, the rules of law. Look at UNCLOS 1982, look at agreements, look at historical antecedents, and find a resolution. I'm very optimistic, and I think Indonesian president, and for the matter, many of the other countries, Malaysia is essentially a maritime country. We have issues, border issues, for almost every country. But we don't go to war. We have excellent relations. So work on the positive side. Which particular area of the border we can immediately resolve, and defer those that we cannot. But it should not be an issue that could create differences, and there should be, as I said, sanity in the sense that to respect these differences for a while and not be seen unnecessarily to provoke. And I'm happy that we have achieved that. Now, if it's an issue talking about issues, there are issues. The team working on it, and I am very optimistic that it can be resolved, even if we can't, as we have not resolved in the last 60 years, and it has not adversely affected our relations. We are in the best of terms, there's a level of trust, and all other issues that can be resolved, we should resolve. So I think that should be the position taken, and I'm very fortunate that there's a position taken by all our countries, our neighbors within ASEAN. Hopefully, this is also the spirit in the international community. Terima kasih.
Prime Minister Dino Patijalal from Foreign Policy Community of Indonesia. First, on behalf of civil societies in Southeast Asia, congratulations on your success in mediating a truce between Thailand and Cambodia. So that comes from the heart. Prime Minister, we fully support the notion of people-centered ASEAN community, and we pledge to make that strategic vision a success. However, it seems that ASEAN community is strong at the top, among the leaders, ministers, diplomats, and officials, but not so strong at the bottom, because the civil societies are still pretty much disconnected. And a lot of the civil societies in ASEAN do not know one another and have not caught on to the ASEAN vibe as well. Can you tell us why ASEAN is having a problem or a challenge grassrooting to the civil societies, and would you agree that ASEAN community cannot be solid unless it is strong at the top and also strong and solid at the bottom? And as I told you when I came to your residence at Lebaran this year, that FPCI, my group, we are organizing probably the largest civil society conference of ASEAN member states on 6 and 7 of October. And I'm just wondering if you have any encouraging words that I could spread to the civil society groups that we are reaching out all over ASEAN for that purpose. Thank you.
Thank you. Firstly, in reference to the, at least the resolution to the Cambodia-Thai crisis or conflict, I think we owe it to the leaders, both of these countries and ASEAN, because the cohesiveness and determination of ASEAN and the pressure placed by them. Then, of course, we have the United States and China. Secondly, on the issue of civil society, we are committed. I mean, in the ASEAN meetings, headed government, we have meetings with the youth, with women, with civil society. Now, the contention is that it's not permeating to the lower levels. Okay, inshallah, we'll have to do a bit more to encourage the various levels of engagement, and I think this can be done. But it's a major start. I mean, a good start, as I've seen in all our meetings. We have a special session that leaders have to listen, and I think this will continue even at the next summit, and for the 6th, 7th October conference of civil society leaders or representatives. I'm sure that we will do whatever we can to support this sort of engagement. If there's any faults or failures, you blame the Secretary General, as I've said before. But I'm sure he will, of course, try to coordinate that, to instill that sort of commitment and support by governments particularly. So, because of course not all governments within ASEAN has that level of commitment to support democratic practice and what we call the role of the civil society. But I think this can be encouraged, but at least as a policy, all have endorsed. Okay, and to me, it's very critical to succeed, to ensure success of a democratic system. Not only political parties, I mentioned the habits of the heart of Tocqueville, he also mentioned intermediate associations, which is now being the role played by the civil society. And I truly believe that the role of civil society for specific interests to cater for the needs of various sectors of the people must be more effective, because that renders participatory democracy, in the sense that we actually listen to all. Thank you.
Do you have another question?
So may I conclude by expressing my thanks again to Secretary General, to all of you present. I do apologize for starting a bit early, and you have not lost much, but you can read the newspapers and the social media tomorrow. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Well,